in New York City have arrested 10 American women and 24 Muslim foreigners, charging them with illegally entering the USA by using sham marriages. With us now is immigration attorney and former federal prosecutor Michael Wilds. Counselor, we contacted lawyers for these 10 American women, all right? They are running for cover. You know how easy it is to get lawyers to come on the Factor. I mean, they all want business and to get high profile and all of that.
Bill, they may be scared of you.
Well, no, and they're not. I mean, lawyers usually can handle themselves. But they're afraid of having Americans so angry at the law firms representing these women that there would be a backlash. That's what's going on here. Now, why don't you walk us through the scam? How does it happen?
Well, clearly our firm and others would not take marriage cases of foreigners without meeting both the American citizen and the foreigner that's intending to get a green card. A person applies for a green card after meeting somebody and basically has to put a set of applications forward for work authorization for permanent residence. The process would take them about a year to a year and a half. They would be entitled to work authorization, travel permission, and a whole other litany of documents depending on their circumstance. And with the Immigration Service in every state of this country working at different timetables, there are different ways that these individuals in the meantime can bootstrap themselves onto safe ground if they have fictitious means in mind.
All right, but I want to know the scam, how they get together with the women, what they do. They get married by a justice of the peace. Well, they pay the women some money. And how does that help them?
We see this, and obviously we don't accept those cases. We see it from all sides.
That, Mr. Wilds. Just tell us what happens. You're a former federal prosecutor. Walk us through it, please.
Person meets somebody, is offered money or offers money to actually go into the nuptials and then apply for a green card for this individual. And the fact is they get married either by a mayor or justice of the peace or City Hall, or even a religious figure, put the applications through, and they apply for the green card. And sometimes they can get the green card, but the government now has set up a system where you will only get a conditional green card good for 2 years at best.
All right, but that's still entree into America, and you're here, and you're making money, and you're not in Yemen or wherever. I mean, these guys, the 24 that were busted, Pakistan, India, Egypt, Lebanon, Morocco, Yemen, and Guyana, these guys are from. Now, there are middlemen running around New York City and Los Angeles, where we are now, and other cities, that arrange this. They find the American women who they pay, what, $2,000, $5,000, $6,000? How much? What's average? Do you know?
We've seen it as low as $1,200, and it could go beyond that. People actually get blackmailed after they put the applications forward for even additional more monies.
All right, so they can get up to $5,000, $10,000 for marrying Mohammed from Yemen, and then they get divorced or separated, or what happens after that?
What happens is they put the papers through, and maybe half of them don't realize that the person is going to take a year and a half till they actually get to the interview, and then will only get a conditional green card that will be good for 2 years. That means the government wants to vet the marriage through once more. In 2 years' time, the couple has to petition the government to remove the conditions to the residence so that you could get a full green card.
Okay, but what happens, though, Counselor, is that they come here to get married on a visa. So you can still get a visa to come to the United States to visit. All right? They get married, and they stay here illegally. And then, they're here, and then they try to work through you, not your firm. I know you said you wouldn't handle this case, but other firms not as reputable as yours. And they try to use this system. Now, my question is, we can't find any women, American women, and this has been going on for years, as you know. This has been going on, decades, who have ever been put in jail. You can get up to 5 years in jail if you're convicted on marriage fraud. We can't find any American women who have ever been incarcerated on this charge, basically because they're poor and the courts feel sorry for them, right?
Well, many are upset that the profile now has happened with 24 Muslim men. The fact is that there are clerics, students, diplomats, and now people on fictitious marriage cases that are guising themselves under the veil of being here legally when they have insidious methods or other things at mind. And when we're fighting a war overseas and we're trying to assess our vulnerabilities, this is the right time for the Immigration Service to police this and enforce it.
They have to.
Absolutely.
They have to. I mean, you can't be letting 24 Muslim guys in here on sham marriages, running around the country. This is insane.
Absolutely.
But what I'm saying to you is that there doesn't seem to be a penalty for the American women who participate, who take the money, marry the guy, and they know it's a fraud, but the government doesn't do anything to the women. They throw the guys out, but even that takes a long time, doesn't it?
Absolutely, and unfortunately, this is a policy consideration I would charge the Immigration Service to take very seriously. They mean well to accord green cards as privileges to American citizens that marry foreigners. But at the same time, if they don't take these cases seriously and prosecute each with the same vigilance, they're going to have everybody lining up accusing them. They have to streamline the process, and they have to make it clear that if you are going to be reunited and if we are going to facilitate the privilege of actually remaining on your shores, you have to respect that.
Yeah, you do. And you got to go after the coyotes, too, the guys who are hunting down these poor women, linking them up with the 24 Middle Eastern guys. Counselor, thanks for your expertise.
Pleasure.
We appreciate it. Next on the rundown from L.A., a young girl dies from taking the drug ecstasy. Her family is suing people all over the town in which that happened. Right back with a very emotional